Happy Friday. I've got a fan request video this week. This is the first time I had a fan request video, at least that I know of. You know, I mean, there might have been some fan requests like through emails, but I never read my emails, so if you're ever trying to contact me like with special requests or anything, just go ahead and comment on one of the videos. But yeah, I did get a comment from a fan that wants to see all the jerseys from NHL 08, so go ahead and do this. Okay, there's a look at their home jersey for the Anaheim Ducks. Away. Alternate. Vintage. I remember the vintage jerseys back when they first came out as the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Another vintage. And there's their home again. Okay, the Thrashers. It's their home jersey. Away. Alternate. And that's all I got for them. Boston Bruins. Home. Away. Alternate. Vintage from 1970. Vintage from 1981. Looks like it might be the one that Happy Gilmore wore. Vintage from 1926. I think the Bruins were one of the original 6. See, there was the Chicago Blackhawks, Montreal Canadiens. I think the Boston Bruins, New York Rangers. I want to say the Toronto Maple Leafs. I know for sure the Blackhawks and Canadiens, original 6. Buffalo Sabres, home, away, alternate, alternate 2, vintage 1971, Calgary Flames, home, away, vintage 1980, vintage 1981, vintage 1995, alternate, vintage 1972, 73, Carolina Hurricanes, home, away. That's all I got. The Hurricanes weren't in the NHL that long. They used to be, I think they were the Hartford Whalers. Yeah, Hartford Whalers moved to Carolina. That was back when I first started getting interested in hockey in '94 when I was like 17. Here's my team, the Chicago Blackhawks. There's home, away, alternate. I've got all 3 of those jerseys. Actually, I got 6 of them. I got 2 black, 2 red, 2 white. But the players I have on those jerseys are all retired because I got my jerseys back like 99. Actually, the first one I got was in 94 or 95. But the rest of them I got closer to 99, 2000. Vintage 1943. It's 1926. 27. Colorado Avalanche. I can't remember who they used to be before they're Colorado. I think it was a team in Canada. can't remember though. There's their home, away, alternate. Oh, Quebec Nordiques. That's who they used to be. There's vintage 1980. So why don't they have Carolina Hurricanes vintage jerseys from when they were in Hartford? Columbus Blue Jackets, I remember when they were an expansion team, so they probably don't have many jerseys to choose from. There's home, away, alternate. That's it. Dallas Stars, I remember when they were the Minnesota North Stars. Home, away, vintage 93. They might have been Minnesota at that time. Or unless maybe that's when they first moved to Dallas. Definitely the North Stars back in '67. Whoa. Seals? I had no idea their team name was the Seals back in '74. I had a lot. A lot of vintage. '76, the year I was born. Detroit Red Wings. Home, away. 1928. 55. Yeah, they don't have many. Detroit might have been one of the original 6. I can't remember. Edmonton Oilers, home, away, alternate, 1979. 1979 was 96. Florida Panthers, home, away, alternate. That's all they got. LA Kings, home, away, alternate. That's the jersey I remember. 1988. They were wearing those in the 90s as well. 67, 80, 67, 80, 88. Didn't we already see 88? Why is it? It's like they show some of them twice. There's 88, 67, 80. Why aren't they in like chronological order? They're like no order at all, just kind of random. Minnesota Wild. They were an expansion team. I think their logo's one of the coolest in the NHL. Montreal Canadiens. 1945, 1915, 1922, 24, 37. Well, that is one ugly jersey. There's like so plain. Nashville Predators. They were an expansion team in like 98 or 99. Home, away, alternate. That's all they got. New Jersey Devils, home, away, vintage, 82, 82, 76, 74, 74, 76. New York Islanders. Probably one of the boringest teams in the league. You never hear anything good about the Islanders. They never seem to have any good players. You know, I can't remember the last time they won a Stanley Cup, probably before I even watched hockey. Definitely before I watched hockey. But it's like, it's just one of those teams you just never hear about. Home, away, alternate, 72, 96, 72. You know, now that I say that, you never hear about them. Watch, they'll probably end up winning the Stanley Cup this season. But I haven't followed hockey in like 10 years. New York Rangers home, away, alternate, 76, 28, 76, 78. Ottawa, home, away, alternate, 93. Whoa. It's like something Bobby Brady would wear. 1918. Talking about Bobby Brady from the Brady Bunch, by the way. For those of you who might not be old enough to remember that show. Philadelphia Flyers home, away, alternate, 1983, 1967, 67, not many of them. Phoenix Coyotes used to be the Winnipeg Jets at one time. They moved to Phoenix, and then Winnipeg ended up getting another team that they named the Winnipeg Jets. Home, away, vintage 1996. That might have been the year that they first became the Phoenix Coyotes. I know it was sometime in the 90s. 98. Jersey looks pretty cool. Alternate. Yeah, there's their Winnipeg Jets jerseys. 1980. 1990. 1980. 1990. See, why don't they have the 80s and 90s both together? Pittsburgh Penguins, home, away, 1993, 91, whoa, 67, 95. Some of these teams even change colors. 67, 91. St. Louis Blues, home, away, vintage 1994. Even though the St. Louis Blues are probably one of the teams that I always hated the most, I must say I think those are they had the best jerseys back in '94. Just think the colors and the way they use the colors, I think, are really cool. And those 68, 87, 79, 79, home, away, oh, already did full circle. San Jose Sharks, home, away, alternate, vintage 91, 91. Yeah, so I mentioned the last time I haven't followed hockey since in the 10 years. So I was really excited when the Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup in 2010, but after that, it just, I got to see what I wanted, and I also started losing faith. And the NHL just seemed to me like it was fixed. I might be wrong, maybe it's not, but in 2013 I was able to predict the winner of every single series. And even though my team won the Stanley Cup, I was still convinced that the NHL was fixed. It was just hard for me to watch after that, just thinking, could it be fixed? Tampa Bay Lightning home, away, 95. I don't remember those jerseys. It says when I was watching hockey it was a 95. Of course, Tampa Bay was in the Eastern Conference, Blackhawks were in the Western Conference, so I think the Blackhawks and Lightning probably only played twice a season. Toronto Maple Leafs, home, away, alternate, vintage 1977, 1927, whoa, Toronto St. Pat's, 1926, 1927, 66, 77, Vancouver Canucks, there's home, away, alternate, 95, 94, 82, now that is ugly, 1970, 72, 86, 72, 82, 94, they had a lot of them. Washington Capitals, this might be the last team. It's home, away, those are the ones I remember. 95, 74, 74, 95. All-Stars, home, away. That's Eastern All-Stars. Western All-Stars, home, away. There's North America. Really? You could have done better colors than that. It's kind of boring. World All-Stars. And that's all of them, so. Hope you enjoyed that video. I think next week I'm going to do a comparison video on Tecmo Super Bowl 3 Final Edition. I'll play both the Super Nintendo version and the Sega Genesis version. Kind of see the differences in the two. And I mean, so far I've yet to find a Genesis game that's as good as or better than a Super Nintendo game. So, hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next video.